Now, when people see this, right, automatically a lot of people think 50 Shades of Grey. Now, 50 Shades of Grey, is a movie about love or forbidden love. I don't know what the fuck they were trying to do, but there's an element of BDSM, an element of having a dynamic of the domineer and the submissive, dominating and submitting, right? That is the two elements that are seemingly polar opposites, right? And polarity is what is required for you guys to actually experience great sex, right? Now, I'm showing you this because I was thinking about the last session. Actually, no, it's not in the last session. The third last session that I had, where I introduced the element of BDSM. And basically what I was doing during that session is I gave her a toy to hold, right? So I inserted a toy and it was buzzing, it was, rugging, it was sucking, it was pulling. And I just gave her the permission to hold it. And I also gave her the permission to receive this whipping, right? And I also gave her the permission to let me know if I should go harder or softer, right? Now, with all of that, I'm doing this to someone who is used to being in control, right? Someone who is used to being in control. And you would be surprised how liberating it is for someone who is used to being in control to be the one to submit, to be the one to relinquish control. Because holding something, when you're holding something, the same way I'm holding this, right? I'm contracting my muscles to hold this. I'm contracting my muscles, which is also translated to what you could call it tension. There's tension. I'm creating tension to create this contraction, right? Now, when I release, my grip on this, I'm relaxing my muscles, right? So relaxing and contraction, these are things I can't say one is better than the other, right? I can't say one is better than the other. It's the same as breathing in and breathing out, right? So if this is breathing in and you hold it, this is what we call tension, and you hold it. Now imagine this is you at work 7 days a week, 5 days in a month, or 5 days in a week, or let's say 5 days in a week, or 7 days a week, the whole 30 days when you are contracted, holding a lot of tension, right, for 30 days. And then you come to a session and you are finally permitted to breathe out. Because you've been holding that breath for so long. You are finally allowed to breathe out. And when that happens, all of that tension starts to melt away. But also in between that, you are still tempted to breathe in to take that control back. But you are told to just breathe out and relax. Right? And this is life. We live in a very dualistic world. So you cannot breathe in without breathing out. Right? And also just breathing out and being too relaxed and not taking any action, that's not good. That is also that's stagnation in itself. Right? And also tension is also a form of stagnation in itself. So you have to incorporate movement. You also, as much as you breathe in, you have to breathe out. as much as you give, you have to receive. Right? Now, BDSM creates a clear-cut dynamic of who is going to be the dominator and who is going to be the submissive. Who will be giving and who will be receiving. And sometimes it's a very extreme dynamic. It is a very extreme dynamic. But it creates balance. Now for me, for someone who gives a lot, or let me say, for someone who has been receptive for most of their life, me taking on the role has been nothing but exciting. Like, it's almost therapeutic for me to make you bend over and take these whippings. It's almost therapeutic for me. As much as it's therapeutic for you to be a good girl and to bend over and take these whippings. So you can switch over the dynamic. You, the woman, could be the one, especially if you're like a very submissive housewife type, a very submissive woman. It's good to switch over to the other role and be domineering. For the guy that you're with, if you guys have a healthy dynamic, he's already a domineering. Now, if you guys switch over that thing where you breathe in and he breathes out, oh man, it could be a beautiful thing. For them, it's a beautiful and it's a healing thing for them to finally receive instead of just giving. For them to submit instead of dominating, and to be dominated by someone they adore and love. So I was just thinking about that session, and I thought I should share my thoughts on it. And to all the good girls out there, you've been working hard and you feel like you need a good whipping, you know what to do. Hit me up in the DMs and let's book a session.